There have been a lot, and I mean a lot, of JRPGs that come out over the years, but one series in particular catches the eye of many. Thanks to its immersive story and fantastic art direction, I'm of course talking about the Persona series. And as you can tell from the title of this video, we're here to help break down each game so you have an idea on which one to get started with. As a side note, all these games are available on every modern console such as the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and even Switch 1 and Switch 2. So you can play these games anywhere. So without further ado, let's get into the world of Persona.
Hi, this is Sean from Gamer Braves. It's been 8 years since we established Gamer Braves channel. We went to a lot of overseas game conference. We did a lot of exclusive interview with a lot of prominent figures from the industry, Ryuzo Sugimoto, Shawn Layden, and even Yagu. One of the easiest way to support us is to subscribe to our channel. Support like this will actually gives us motivation and pushes us to produce better content. If you have already subscribed, thank you so much. Please enjoy the rest of the video.
Each game in the Persona series is able to stand on its own 2 feet with their stories, and it goes to show the testament of the writing in these games. Each game will always have a unique element that sets it apart from the rest, but of course with familiar elements here and there within it. In Persona 5 Royal, you have to face off against corrupted people in power, stealing their hearts to make them confess their crimes. Persona 4 Golden has you investigating a string of murders tied to a mysterious TV channel that in turn allows you to jump into the TV world itself. And in Persona 3 Reload, it centers around the Dark Hour, the hidden 25th hour of the day where shadows come out to attack the living caught in between. As you can see, each game doesn't really tie into each other, so there's no need to worry on which one to get started with, or worrying about playing the games chronologically. A Persona game is nothing without its colorful cast of characters that support the story. Every game follows a similar formula of a team that you must work with throughout the game, leveling up their social links to unlock specific bonuses, and even to unlock romance. So we'll go through each of them briefly here. In Persona 5 Royal, you do your heisting with the Phantom Thieves, a group of criminals that invade these palaces covertly. The Phantom Thieves cast have more flamboyant and bombastic personalities compared to the other games, and it really does suit the tone of the game. And of course, with this ragtag group of people, there's bound to be a lot of comedic moments happening.
My legs won't move.
Persona 4 Golden, on the other hand, has you lead the investigation team, a team made up of believable characters that truly feel like a group of friends.
What? Why are you calling him my brother all of a sudden?
You're brothers in nobody's arms. Family that's lonely together is bronely together.
Out of the 3 Persona games, many have said that the cast of P4G is the strongest due to the astounding chemistry together in the writing and interactions. The setting of the game being in a small town also helps this cast, since you'll see them even when you're hanging out with other people, making it seem like they also have their own routines to go about. Persona 3 Reload has the darkest tone in the series, and the characters complement that. With your teammate at Seas, they work as an efficient team that also happens to live together, so they'll be able to give sillier moments to break the tension from time to time. But generally, the characters do take the situation seriously when the time calls for it, and that is often. Aside from your main cast of playable team members, there are also side characters that serve as social links that you can level up to experience their side stories as well.
Persona.
As a JRPG classic, each Persona game's combat encounter is turn-based with allowing the main character to switch personas on the fly. You'll also be able to control your party members in combat too, however they only have their own personas and can't change freely like you can. In every game, you'll also be able to visit the Velvet Room, a mainstay in the Persona series where you're able to obtain, upgrade, and change your equipped personas. However, there are still unique gameplay elements in and out of combat depending on the game. In Persona 5 Royal, you're able to run around the palace and explore and swing around as you plan out your next move. This gives you the full burglar fantasy as you plan out your heist before actually doing it, as well as more combat mechanics like showtime attacks and shooting. Persona 4 Golden and Persona 3 Reload have a more similar gameplay style closer to that of a dungeon crawler. In Persona 3 Reload, you have to explore the many floors of Tartarus as you progress through the story, finding out more about the Dark Hour. And in Persona 4 Golden, you run through large dungeons, hitting certain milestones before the next one is available to progress to. Every game also runs on a calendar cycle, with each act having its own deadline for you to meet. This serves as a reminder to players to complete the mission before the deadline. This system has been a staple in the series and gives players the desire to plan out their days to explore, level up skills, or increase your social links with your friends. And of course, you can't talk about Persona without talking about its absolutely stellar soundtracks. The music in Persona games have become synonymous with the game, and rightfully so. The developers managed to take the essence of their music and inject it directly into the vibe of each game. For Persona 5 Royal, you can expect a mostly jazzy and funky vibe to all the songs you can find in the game, elevating the stakes and stylishly supporting your actions throughout the game. Persona 4 Golden has a more rock sound to it that fits the vibe of the time period it's set in. A better ode to the 2000s nostalgia people will have when they see the flip phones in the game and general coming-of-age vibe that Persona 4 Golden exudes. Persona 3 Reload dives into a more hip-hop aesthetic for its soundtrack, fitting in the port city vibe it brings, and to also give a nice distraction from the vibes of death looming overhead through the game. All in all, there isn't a right Persona game to start with because they all hold well on their own. But if you truly want a modern and complete Persona experience, then we can suggest for you to try Persona 5 Royal as the quintessential Persona game to get started with. However, a fair warning is that Persona 5 Royal requires the most amount of playtime from all the games. And we're talking about around 90 plus hours. So if you want a shorter experience to get started, Persona 3 Reload is a good option if you can get over its slow start. And for those that want to start on Persona 4, you can play Persona 4 Golden or wait a little longer for Persona 4 Revival since it's confirmed that it's coming, just without a release date. And if you enjoy those games, you can also check out the Shin Megami Tensei series, since the Persona series is actually a spin-off of those games. So don't be surprised to see familiar personas in a wholly different game. If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe for more content just like this on Gamer Braves.